Steve.
Hi, Nick.
How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well. I mean, we missed last week, so I'm like, having to get back into this a little bit.
Well, it's just fake it. That's what I always do. So
I know it was raining outside. I just come in from outside. We had a busy day today. So I'm a little, but let's say hello to our guest, and we're going to have, here's Surfer.
there he is.
Cosmic Creation. We have Craig. And we have an echo.
I'm going to clean this off just a little bit, people. Sorry.
Okay. And let me see, Michael Stacking and Johnny Rainbolt and OC Stacker, Jamie Fox.
Welcome, everybody.
And Joseph and Chew. Good evening.
Hey, everybody.
How are you guys? Farm Dog. So, long time no see, Surfer. How are you?
I know it's been way too long. I don't know how long we can keep these Saturdays without having a live stream. We'll have to see what we can do.
I know, because we have a lot to talk about this evening. Because
I know we got too much. Well, today I just got back from voting. Hopefully everybody took some time to do their primaries. I know a lot of people don't think that's super important, but it does make a difference, especially when you've got candidates that are trying to run. So that aren't going to necessarily be on the ballot. But anyway, I just got back from that like 3 minutes ago. So
well, I was told today that I had 2 write-in votes for me. So I know I was voted for twice at least today.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been written in yet, but I don't know.
And it wasn't myself.
We're not as famous as Nick.
Yeah.
We should run a campaign for Nick for president. What do you guys think?
Oh my goodness. The other Nikki. I could be called the other Nikki.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Hi, West Texas Stacker. And I saw Metal Dragon Braveheart and Crafty Stacker.
What's up, Metal Dragon? I can't see anybody's comments, Nick. So
okay, I'll make sure I wanted, since Johnny Rainbolt is in, I wanted to give him a special thank you. I got this in this week, and he sent me this 1943 P Walking Liberty. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate it very much. So he's going to go back there on my board.
Cool beans.
Oh my gosh. I just love these coins. Thank you, Johnny. I really appreciate it. This came from Can's Auctions, and he sent it to me, and it was from Johnny. So I really appreciate it. And then I also want to show the 1996 that you sent, Steve.
All right. I'm going to download a bunch of these pictures, Nick, that you sent me.
I've seen that coin before.
Yeah. From you. These were the 96s. I mean, look how pretty they are.
Here's some more of them.
Goodness. And you sold like 1,900 ounces.
1,900 ounces. Yeah, the guy's going to keep 1,000 ounces. So I'm 100 ounces away from being cut off from all this silver. So,
I mean, and it took you no time. I mean, less than a month.
Yeah, right around a month. So let me show y'all something that I'm a little excited about.
Hi, Tiger.
Even though I haven't done a video yet, but I have Hampton Consultant stickers available. So if anybody wants one, you can't see my email on there, but it's Hampton Consultants 57@gmail.com. So if you want one, just shoot me an email.
And I'll put it in the description too when we're through. And
yeah, okay.
Then they can contact me as well. So hi, Amy and Ken O'Mine. There was one other thing too I was going to show. And then Freaking Awesome also sent me a 1946 Walking Liberty. And
let's look at it. Do you have it right there? Okay, I'm gonna zoom in on you. I know you get mad at me, but we're gonna show up so we can see closer. Okay, that looks really good. Actually.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That looks.
How does that not have any toning on it?
And then let me show you Johnny's too, because this one is from Steve Hampton. 21F.
Now see, I've never seen that one.
I got this in this week or yesterday.
That must have just came straight from the Durbans.
It did. This one came from the Durbans auction.
There you go.
This one was from Freaking Awesome from the coin auction. And then this one from Johnny Rainbolt from the Can auction.
There you
And
go.
you know, when I get these in the mail, I mean, I'm so grateful for these. I love these
That's
walking
awesome.
rings. They're so beautiful. So thank you so much.
I've been trying to get people to send me just bags of money, but I can't. I mean,
I
I
mean,
can't even get anybody to send me a quarter, much less a bag of money. So
and of course, I'm going to put everything back up here. And when I get something like this in, I always put the name on who sent it as well, because I'm always so grateful, and they never leave me. I keep these. So
I do have one thing to show real quick, Nick. That's kind of
Okay.
along these lines, I guess. So JT Coin Rings, got this from him recently. So there's a sticker on the back, guys. And then I got another. Look at that, kind of psychedelic.
really neat.
that's cool.
neat.
Which is cool. And then it also comes with probably a polisher for a coin ring, or maybe for the screen. I'll have to, if he's in here, he'll have to tell me. But he sent me a dime with it as well. So check this dime out.
Tiger. Oh, that's
I don't know if you can see the year.
very nice. It's a Merc.
It is a Merc. It's 19. Well, my eyes aren't that good anymore. With my glasses on, I would need a loop to see this. It looks like a 1940, maybe a 1940, but it has a lot of its detail still. So it's a really nice looking Mercury.
You know, I think that might be the next collection I start. Is trying to get all the Mercs.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Is that
CJ
it? Kind of fairly easy. Not easy, but you can still get some really nice coins with the Mercs to collect a whole set.
I got offered a bag of Mercury dimes at a pawn shop this past Saturday.
Don't even tell me the price. Don't tell me.
Well, I never asked the price because I told the guy I wasn't interested in it. So
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, is Steve frozen, or are we frozen?
Steve, I think we're okay. I think he froze up. Steve, is that available still if you were to call them tomorrow?
Yeah, very, very well could be. I can give them a call and find out.
Well, hi, Sean.
Nick might be able to get her entire collection off one bag.
I know.
You
Well,
never know.
and that's why I'm excited to have Steve here, because with the prices of gold and silver, both have gone up considerably. He is finding these great deals, and he's going to share with us the great deals that he found this month at pawn shops. And I mean, amazing deals on nice stuff. So he's going to share that with us tonight and give us some tips on what he's doing and how, what he goes in with. And I wonder if we have him go in and go back out and come back in, if he'll still be frozen.
Am I still frozen?
Yeah, you are. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna do this and bring you. There we go.
1916D worth like 1,000 each. Wow.
Well, that would be pretty cool. I need one of those.
And Metal Dragon needs a sticker because he lives in Hampton Beach.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, we'll get you a sticker.
Nick, I was looking at my drawer. I have too many stickers. I don't know what to do with them.
Like surfer stickers, or like some that are sending them to you?
No, surfer. I think I'm too busy making my own stuff for my channel. I don't send out a bunch of mail call stuff to people, so I rarely get any stickers from anybody.
Well, people are going to be getting these in the mail.
I feel like I'm on the island a little bit here. I don't receive stuff, and I don't usually send it out just randomly. But I was looking down there. I think I've bought too many of these deals where they'll give you, for $20, you can pick up a whole bunch of stickers, like 50 stickers. So I got a bunch of stickers. How about you, Nick? How many do you have still?
A bunch, but I sent a bunch out as well. So
when did you send those? I haven't received them yet.
I sent them the first of the week.
Okay, so they may be.
I have them already done. I just didn't get them to the post office.
Okay, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure they haven't disappeared.
No, they haven't disappeared. Good.
So those will be coming. And well, just for those of you that didn't see my post the other day too, but I did make it up to Yankees last Thursday, and I took up a big, huge magnet that's a surfboard, and I stuck it on the safe. And Yankee said, "How can you have two magnets on here?" And I said, "Well, they're different designs." And Tim said, "Yeah, they're different designs." So it's totally cool with it.
I still want a sticker like Tim has in the back of his shop. Like, did you see that sticker I was telling you about?
I don't know.
It says, "When I die, please don't let me vote Democrat." You know,
Oh yeah, yeah, that's cool.
I think that's cool.
We'll have
So
to look at that. But Nick, what we need to do is we need to get you there, and we need to get you a magnet before you show up, so you can get a big Nick's Coins magnet on the safe.
Well, what I was thinking, I was going to get a picture of me and Tim together, and I was going to have a sticker made of both of us, and then we'll just plaster all over his safe.
There you go. Do that.
Because he did say,
bring
I
him
did
in the
talk to him on the
meantime.
telephone. I did talk to him on the telephone, and he did say I could get VIP parking.
He
Parking
did.
that Yankee does not get, but he said that I could get when I go to the
Yes.
store. He says I could have front row right there in front of the store.
Yep.
And
I usually park on the street over. People take
Yeah.
up the other parking that's close by. There's only like one slot in front
Well,
of Tim's store.
hi,
That's it.
Tony. I hope your neck is doing well. I know you were supposed to be having surgery and BTO. Yeah, so Yankee parked in the back, I believe, is what Tim told me, and I get right there, front row, right at the door. So I'm going to
Yep.
take Tim up on that, and I will too.
I think you'll get preferential treatment. So we got to find a time to get you over there. But
Yes, well, I was on my way down, and
yeah. Tell us
ran into
what
some
happened.
traffic, and
Wait,
then
tell us what time you left and what time we decided to call it. And you're really not that far from there. I mean, you're a few hours, but not that far.
Was it 2:00 maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah. I still made it to my sister's,
that's good.
and I had supper with my sister. So,
But what time did you leave that morning? You left pretty early.
Gosh, what was it, 8:30?
I think it was like 8. And so you basically drove all flipping day long and still couldn't make it.
Yes, we had a tractor trailer truck, 18-wheeler.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Lost all its logs on the highway. And of course, we have Highway 95. It's only 2 lanes. So you can't go around. It's not like there's a 4-lane highway. It's 2 lanes. And didn't you say there was a couple there from Maine as well?
There was, and they decided not to take 95, I guess. I don't know how it.
So I wonder, did they know? I wonder if they knew, so they would go see. If I knew beforehand, I would have went around as well and not took the interstate and went the back roads. But the interstate.
They may have been ahead of it, or maybe they live a little closer to the border.
Okay, because they purposely did not take 95. Hi, Timothy. Okay, so Steve, where do you want to begin on these deals that you've been?
Well, if Surfer can show the pictures.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the last email did not show a picture.
Oh, it did not.
No.
Okay,
but I got the other pictures in.
Okay, let's see.
So let me just pull all those up real quick. Actually, that picture looks like the same picture twice. Is it? No, it's not. Okay. All right, let me just pull all these up real quick. Okay.
When you get them pulled up, I'll kind of narrate through them.
Okay.
Yep, that sounds good. Let me just close a couple of my screens real quick here.
Once I see which ones you have up, I'll know which ones that you didn't get.
So there's 4 that I got, and then it looks like there was one that just didn't come through.
Okay.
Email. So Saturday finds. There's a Ford, and it has an image number, but there's no image on it. So I think you have to make sure you download the whole thing when you go to forward it.
But there should be some. I just sent you another. Oh,
here we go. Okay. Those are all not showing up either. So when you hit forward, go to the bottom and make sure you hit load.
Yeah. They're all loaded, though.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh, it keeps saying they're still loading.
Yeah, you got to wait for it to load.
Okay.
Okay, so let me show what I have. Okay, just a second here, guys. Present. Share my screen. Okay.
Hi, Paula and PC load.
First one we're going to share. Do you guys see that okay?
Okay, so this is from this past Saturday. We walked into a store. I'm not really sure what you would call that store. It's kind of got antiques. It's kind of got modern stuff, but they have coins. So I went back to the coins. My wife, she's looking around at the other stuff, and I was looking at a couple of silver coins that they had. Well, they had two that had been holed and then refilled back in, of course. So I wasn't interested in those. And I asked them. I said, do you have any gold? And the girl said, yeah, we got this right here. And she pulls out a 1 ounce Krugerrand that's in an 18 karat gold bezel with a heavy 18 karat chain. And, when I go to a pawn shop or anywhere on the weekends, I take cash with me because you can, a lot of times you can just negotiate better with cash than you can with your debit card. And plus we have a set limit on our debit card, not to go over a certain amount in case somebody was to steal it. So she said they wanted $2,800 for the Krugerrand with the 18 karat gold bezel and the 18 karat chain. It was well worth that. And I don't know why I didn't buy it. I beat myself up over it since then, but they did have the 2 10-gram Perth Mint bars and the 1 5-gram. And
these are 10s here, and this one's a 5.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I tried to negotiate with her. She said, well, I can't do that, and I'll have to get Mr. So-and-so. So she got him, and he said, no, there's just no room on that. There's no room on it. So I said, well, you can't do $5 off of each one. I mean, we're talking about $15. And she said, so then the lady gets involved, and apparently she wears the pants in the family because she gave me $35 off of me buying all 3 of them. And I also got the maple leaf from there as well. So then we go down to another antique store, and I picked up the piece dollar that's not graded. And on the reverse, it had a huge gouge from the die. I thought, well, I bought it anyway. And I also picked up the one that's graded. Well, when I get home, and I carry my loop with me, but when you're doing this stuff, sometimes there's a lot of other customers that's trying to get waited on. And so I get home and I look, and on the piece dollar, on the obverse, it's got a spider web crack from about mid crown to the edge of the rim. And so that was a good pickup. And what you're seeing is on the price on those 2 right there on the bottom is what I sold them for. So, I mean, I flipped those already. But when you go in, the guy, I walked in, and I either walk in with a briefcase or a portfolio. I carry my red book with me. I carry a loop with me, and I've got this loop here out. I've got a Zeiss or Zeiss, however you pronounce it, loop, but they're kind of expensive. They're $100 for 10 power. This is a 16, and I've also got a magnet on the cord, if you can see it. Yeah, I've got a magnet on there because in a pawn shop you're not really sure how much they know. Some pawn dealers are great. Some of them don't really know. They know just enough to be dangerous to themselves and to their customers.
So, Steve, a question I have for you. When you're looking at this, you've got your red book with you. You've got a way of looking at it and doing a little bit of examining and testing. Do you have any indication of what they may have paid for these coins when they bought them from people? And do you have when you're looking at the red book, do you have a number in your head that helps you understand, what you need to be at from your price point, what you can sell it for example, or if you were just going in to find something for yourself, do you know what's a reasonable price to offer?
Well, I do. Now, in most pawn shops, and some of them will pay you spot on gold and silver. Some pawn shops don't buy silver. I don't even shop in the pawn shops in the town that I live in because you can't find gold and silver in there. One of them, they won't buy gold and silver. The other one, every gold coin that comes in, the owner takes it with him. but generally you can be guaranteed somewhere between 40% of spot and spot, and most likely closer to the 40% than paying spot. You know, I don't know if you have got the picture of the half-ounce first year issue American Eagle that I bought. They had, I think, $1,400 on that coin, and he took $1,150 for it. It's first year issue. It's a half-ounce of gold.
You should have that picture, I believe.
Yeah, let me double check and see if it got resent.
And Steve, Paula, what would you suggest? We had a couple comments about, I just lost it. Let me see. That the red book is not a good price guide. Paula, what do you suggest that to use as a price guide? The gray sheet? Do you use multiple sources, right, Steve?
I do. I carry a blue book with me. I carry a red book with me. I carry a grading coins by photograph book with me, and I carry a detecting counterfeit coins book with me. The red book, the books are more for show, so they will at least know that they're dealing with someone that knows what they're doing. You know, I don't use the red book to buy with. You know, I'm not going to pay what is in the red book. When I buy coins, I tell people, I tell you what the retail value is. That's what's in the red book. But I am not going to pay you retail, because if it's something I want to flip, there's no room for me to make any money. And you know, if they want to walk, then they walk. If they don't, that's okay too. You know, but you just need to have some tools with you. You need to have a loop, and you need to know what you're looking for. So on these right here, this was our second week. This is from the Bradford Exchange. It's a $1. It's a 1953, I think, or 58. It's a $1 coin. And what the Bradford Exchange would do is they would call whoever their supplier is, and they'd say, send me a bag or a box of $1 gold coins, guaranteed very good. So when I looked at this coin's going to grade extra fine to about uncirculated. But it's authenticated. It's not certified, but it's authenticated very good. So, you know, I went in and I looked at this in a pawn shop, and me and the guy haggled a little bit, and I bought it from him. And I also bought 2 rings from him. My wife, there was a 1/10 ounce set in a ring setting, 1991 or 93. So we bought that, and we bought a peridot that was set in 14 karat gold as well.
That's August birthstone?
Pardon me?
Is that an August birthstone peridot?
You know, I don't know. It's not her birthstone, but she liked it, you know.
It is. I think it's yes, I saw the ring. It's very beautiful. I think it's the August birthstone. It's very pretty.
So, you know, we spent around $1,180 in the store with this guy, because on the way out, my wife found a Blinko red vase that's 2 feet tall. Hang on a second, I'll show you that.
We got a vase coming, people. Here it comes. I'm going to take him off. We'll bring him back.
It's not either. We have garnet. It's not that.
We've got you frozen, Steve. Just a second here.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so let me go in closer on you here. All right, that is big.
Yeah, it is big, and we paid $75 for that.
And what's the value on it?
We have found it anywhere from $350 to $1,000.
See, I always stay away from pawn shops thinking that I'm not going to find a good deal. So that's why I thought
Well,
it was very interesting. You know, Steve's been finding these great deals.
So Nick, we might have to do a challenge here.
Yes, because I don't
You
have
can
coin
find a
stores.
better deal at a pawn shop.
Yes, I never buy coins from pawn shops, but Steve's been finding excellent deals. But I've never given him a chance either. And since I don't have any local coin stores anymore, I think I'm just going to go in and see what I can find. Now, I have tried a couple antique stores, and they don't want to come down on any of their coins that they have, and they're not anything to write home about, anyways. So, you know, I kind of gave up on the antique stores. But
well, one rule that I go by is this: if they will let me walk for $50, I'll walk for $50.
right.
You know, if you don't want to negotiate, we were in a pawn shop on our first trip where we found the half-ounce gold, the quarter-ounce maple leaf. Brenda found an 18-karat gold chain, and they had a gun in there that I had looked at last year, and it was still there. And you know, I made an offer on it, and they wouldn't take it. And you know, that's fine. I told them I didn't really want it anyway, and I didn't. Now, this Proof 69 Ultra Cameo 2015 Eagle, there were two of those. And the serial numbers ended in 001 and 016. So they were like 15 numbers apart. And the guy had those, and he had 3 something on them. I don't remember exactly now how much it was. I paid $265 for them. I bought both of them. I scanned them, and this is in a pawn shop in Florida, the only pawn shop in this town. And I scanned them with my NGC app, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm checking to see if they're real." And he said, "Oh, they're real." And I said, "Yeah, they are." I said, "There it is." And I hold my phone up, you know. And he said, "Yeah, that looks just like it." And I said, "No, dude, that is it." And I thought, he said, "How did you do that?" I said, "It's an app I've got on my phone." And I thought, how can you be in business and not
I thought
know
the same
this?
thing, and I was surprised they didn't know about that app. But I've been to a couple coin stores that they didn't know about it either, and I'm talking stores.
Yeah. And you know, I'm not an expert by any means, but you know, I want to have all the tools that I can have when I go in and have the attitude that I need to have, because a lot of pawn shop owners or people that work in pawn shops, they deal with some of the worst people in the world, and they've got that attitude and they've got that wall built, and you've just got to kind of tear that wall down. And you can't go in with an attitude, because if you go in with one, they're going to give you the best they got. And I mean that sarcastically. But I bought both of these, and the problem is I didn't have cash with me that day. And our limit that we have set on our debit card is only $400 cash advance. So I go and get, because he didn't have a debit card machine. So I go and pick up $400 out of an ATM, and I go back in, and I always carry silver with me because I've got all these American Silver Eagles. And I said, you know, let me ask you this. I said, would you be willing to trade some in silver? And he says, yeah, I'd do that. So we worked out a deal, and I got both coins because I knew I could flip one. And I got both coins for $400 and some silver. And then I think the next ones under that are from the trip. I can't see those, but I can see the ones on top. But I think that, yeah. So that's the first year issue of the half-ounce Eagle, and then the quarter-ounce maple leaf. And the guy had $8.99 on the maple leaf. And I asked him, I said, "What would you take out the door?" Now, the guy, the kid, it was the owner's son. The kid told me on the $1 coin, he said, "Well, I've got to charge you tax." And I said, "No, you don't. It's currency. You don't have to charge me tax on currency." And he's like, "Well, I've never heard that before." And the guy working in there with him said, "Yeah, he's right." He said, "You don't have to charge him tax on that." So I didn't pay any tax on any of these, but he had $8.99 on that, and he took $5.50 for it.
Wow.
So,
Okay, let's stop there for a second.
Yeah.
okay.
Wow.
Okay. So, how long did this negotiation take? Was it a negotiation? How did you get down to that price? Did he just come off the 899 and go straight down to 580 or so, or how did that work?
No, he came off the price and told me he'd take 550 for it. And when he told me that, I was like, yeah, I'll do that. But we haggled on in Florida. I've haggled on the dollar coin. And he called his dad 3 times. His dad's the store owner. He called his dad 3 times on the ring, the rings and the coin. And he's like, this guy's fixing to spend over $1,000 with us. And I think his dad decided, you know what, maybe I need to come to the store, because we were talking about the Blanco vase on the way out the door, and his dad walks in. So, they wanted one of my cards, and I said, anytime you think there's something that I may be interested in, call me. I said, because I don't live that far away. It's in Florida, I'm in Georgia, but I'm literally 35 miles from the Florida line.
Mm-hmm.
So some guys with the half ounce, he told me, he said, I'll take $11.50 for it out the door. And I wasn't going to argue with that. It's first year issue. It's a half ounce of gold. I paid a little bit over spot for it, but not so much that I thought I was losing out. So sometimes it is a haggle. And sometimes it's, we both walk away, because what I'm willing to pay is what I'm willing to pay. So, with gold going up like it has this week, I told my wife, I said, we're making money already off of what we found in the past month.
Quite a bit. Yes.
So, sometimes you walk in and they're not interested. That's why I say you need to walk in and you need to at least make them think you're a professional. My dad used to say, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bull. So you've kind of got to be a salesman or a reverse salesman. And, most likely they're only paying 40%. So spot price, they can get that and melt it down. Somebody will pay them spot to melt it.
Yes.
Every time the guy comes around, he'll buy all this stuff for spot if he can't turn it. So
Steve, we just had a question. It says, where's a good place to get an ASE online? Well, I have a 1996 ASE, and Steve just sold what? We were 1,900 ounces?
Yeah, I'm at 1,900 ounces right now.
And how many ounces do you have left? How many ASEs do you have? This is the 1996.
The 1996,
96.
None of the 96s are for sale. I had a very few of those, and I'm keeping those. But I've got 2013s, and I've got some 2013s that are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what they're looking for.
So we're going to have his email in the description. So if you want to email Steve after and talk to him about some ASEs, but they're going quick. It didn't work out.
I don't have very many ASEs. I have very, very few of them. I might need to pick some up, Steve.
So I don't know if you can see this. This is the 2013 that I've got.
Okay.
You're frozen, but let me try something here. We're going to take you off, bring you back in.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay, so these are in tubes. I've got 120 ounces in my lap right now.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the way they're bagged up, boxed up. I'm not sure if what I've got coming is 2013s or 2014s. The problem with buying ASEs online is right now with silver going up, you're going to pay a premium. Now, Ron, if you want to buy one from me, you want one, you want a tube, you want 100 ounces, whatever. Right now, I'm selling those for $30 a piece. And I have guaranteed my price to all my customers this week, regardless of what silver does.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay.
So, it's gone up, it's gone down. Surfer, if you want to sell him a ASE, then that's fine too. But you know, you need to use your resources.
And here's the price of silver right now, guys.
Oh, it's got what I can't see.
It dropped a little bit this afternoon.
23.56.
What did gold end up at?
Gold's still up.
21.24.
Oh, 21.24. Okay.
And silver's at what? 23.61, 23.69.
Yeah, it's right around there. But today was a bloodbath. I mean, cryptos, Bitcoin got nailed hard today.
Yeah.
And that's why I was so impressed with what Steve has picked up this past month, because what spot is right now on gold. I mean,
yeah, Bitcoin dropped 10% today, 10.57% today, came up a little bit. And the NASDAQ got hit pretty darn hard. Well, not overly hard, I guess, like 1.65%, but it was a down day for the markets, and gold did not move down or silver moved down that much.
Yeah, the NASDAQ, Dow, and the New York Stock Exchange all closed down.
They all closed down.
Down in value, they didn't shut down. I don't want somebody to misinterpret.
When they shut down, then we have a bigger problem.
Yeah, that's right.
You better have your gold and silver for when the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange shut down.
Right.
It's nice to see you, Dan Root. So Papa York is like 10 minutes down the road from me. And I just saw a comment where he said, our pawn shops are like pawn shops. I've never found gold in a pawn shop. So Papa York, have you found gold in a pawn shop around this area? Because if so, I'm going to go there tomorrow. I have an off day tomorrow.
And you know, every pawn shop I go in doesn't have any gold. I mean, when I walk in the door, you know, sometimes they'll ask you if they can help you. And I tell them, you know, gold guns, silver rings, you know, that's what I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. The place that I bought the half-ounce American Eagle was probably the most professional looking pawn shop I've ever been in. They had sections of coins and jewelry. Yeah. You find a lot of those too, 25-year-old computers. But you know, not all of them have gold. You know, this guy that I bought the maple leaf from, he had a 1 ounce Perth mint. He had tons of American Silver Eagles. He had tons of just money house rounds, you know, sunshine or you know, whatever. But if they know what you're looking for, pawn shops like buyers because they don't deal with a lot of buyers. They deal with more sellers than they do buyers. Yeah. And I think the reason that here now I like to shop pawn shops that are around military bases because they're pretty diverse in what you'll find in there. Not just gold, not just silver, not just guns, but you know, Nintendo games.
Atari. I bought, because I love to play the Atari, you know, like the Pac-Man. I bought one of those at a pawn shop because I was like, Mom, why did you get rid of my Atari?
Yeah.
The yard sale went, so I bought that at a pawn shop. But I want to address what Paula just said. And I do agree that, you know, we should be buying from people in the community. But as Steve was saying, we have several different resources that we can look and find deals. And to be honest with you, I'm not always finding the deals within this community. And I haven't found deals in the community very much. I have, and as of late, I have not been able to find the deals in the community. On gold, maybe on some like, you know, walkers or, you know, some, you know, numismatic coins, maybe, but I'm not finding many deals.
I'll just put it out there, Nick. I'm always buying. I don't hear from anybody. I have to buy my stuff from dealers. That's who I'm going to. I'm making relationships with dealers and trying to get down there because everybody I talk to wants retail.
Right.
And I can't do anything on my eBay store if I'm buying at retail.
And see, I don't have any dealers local that I can go to.
I don't.
And to answer Paula's question from my own standpoint, you know, why are some people Methodist and why are some people Baptist? You know, I buy at pawn shops because I can get good deals, and I choose to do that.
And you enjoy it. You enjoy antiquing as well. So
yeah, and so you know, if you're antiquing and you drive past a pawn shop, why not stop? I mean, I can pick up a good deal on ammunition sometimes. Pick up good deals on gold, tools. And the thing about people,
If I could find some of the deals that you've been finding, I'd purchase it too.
So Paula, where are some good places we can be looking? So for me, I go to coin shows and everybody wants to sell at retail, and everybody wants me to buy their stuff at retail. When I've had a booth in the past, and it can get a little tricky. There may be a trade that goes on. But what I find is I find a lot of other stackers that are trying to find the deals. I really haven't found anybody that's trying to just unload and walk away. It's one thing to go to a pawn shop and pay well below spot price just because they're going to sell it, for melt or something like that, and you can get a good deal on it, or they just need to turn it. It's another thing to pay spot somewhere. It's a whole nother thing to be paying basically the same price you're going to for a BU coin from SD Bullion.
And I have even found that I can go to a bullion company, online bullion company, cheaper than some of the people in the community nowadays. As of late, at some of these auctions that I'm seeing, I could actually buy, it straight from the bullion company.
So like for me, I recently ran into the company that sells the gold doubloons from Spain, and so I'm able to buy direct from them now.
Oh yes, because the 1/10 Colt has been
just
released.
came out, so I'm talking to them about maybe buying some pre-orders there. But I met them at the Long Beach Coin Show. But I'm meeting a few people here and there, but it's very slow, and so most of my accumulating has been done at retail, and I'm just starting to get to the point where I can get a little bit below that. Where I'm at, there's such a demand for it. It's really hard to get it at a good price. However, there are things like estate sales we might run into around here, where people are, someone dies and they had a bunch of gold and silver and they're just trying to get rid of it.
And I'll text Steve because we have a local auction every other Sunday, and it's still a very, very small auction, and they just started buying estates. So I've been able to get some coins, very nice coins, for relatively cheap. And until they become really big, I'm going to continue to buy from them because Steve just flipped a coin for me that I paid $50 for. He flipped it for $400. And I'm going to in turn turn that into, putting gold. So, I look for those small local auctions as well. And then I found a really small auction in Michigan that I have a friend that works there. So now that's getting a little bit bigger. So I'm not able to get the deals, but I'm still looking at the very local and still looking for estate sales myself, and still finding that you can get it relatively cheap until people catch on.
And you mentioned estate sales. The estate sales that we have here, the people that deal with those, now here's what I've been told, is they price the stuff so high that nobody buys them, then they offer the family whatever, and they're selling them on eBay themselves. So you go and you find stuff that's used, it goes and find some stuff that's used that you can buy for the same price retail or less. So pawn shops has been a good avenue for us. Hey, it may dry up this weekend. We may go and not find anything, but we just had a good month.
And in that area, you have several pawn shops as well. So they have more competition as well, correct? So in my area, so we're going to have more like these little auctions than we would the pawn shops. So it could be regional as well. But it just, I guess my point is it doesn't hurt to always check and to always be looking.
Well, people that take stuff to pawn shops, I'm sorry, Nick, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but people that take stuff to pawn shops, they could sell it online. They could put it in an auction. They could contact somebody, but here's the problem.
That's
people that sell things in pawn shops are wanting a quick buck right now.
Yes, and yes,
for whatever reason. And if they go in there and the guy buys a half ounce of gold from them for $500 and he sells it to me for $1,100, I mean, he's made $600. And so some people think that you should have better morals to buy in a pawn shop. I can remember when my parents wouldn't go in a pawn shop because of the people that hung out at pawn shops.
Right.
But, and hey, where I bought the 2 American Eagles that were proof 69, I was glad I had my gun with me when I walked in there. Honestly, I mean, it was not a really good place to be. but it was the only gig in town and everybody was there. So, you know, but I got two nice coins there. He had a Geiger bar that was a 5 gram Geiger bar that he kind of had a premium on it, and he wouldn't budge on it. And then when I looked at it through a loop, it kind of had some bad rose spots on it. So, but you know, I don't think there's anything morally wrong with going and shopping in a pawn shop.
Oh, I don't either.
You know, yeah, maybe they get stolen stuff, but you know, for most parts, they have to hold stuff 10 to 30 days to make sure that it's not stolen or hasn't been reported stolen. And you know,
What?
I know I'm probably buying stuff from people that's really down on their luck if I look that far back, but used car dealers do the same thing. You know, you just can't think about that kind of stuff. You know, you can overthink anything.
Yes.
And you know, and if somebody came and said, you know, I sold that coin to the pawn shop, they said you bought it, which they can't do that. But and you know, my grandmother left that to me, and you know what? If they wanted it back, I'd sell it back to them.
Yes.
I just looked on my app. Costco does not have any Eagles for sale, gold or silver at the moment.
Yeah,
but they
I
got
mean,
bars, right?
Costco's got it going on. You can go get your box.
I don't know. You know, every time I've only seen them on there once, and they were sold out.
Yeah. But understand this too in a pawn shop. If you go in there and you see a price, and Surfer, you kind of mentioned this a while ago. If you go in there and look at the price, there's usually always wiggle room on that price. I mean, it's like the 1/4 ounce maple leaf. He had $8.99 on it, and I thought, you know what? He knows he's not going to get that from anybody. But maybe he felt like he put a premium up on it like that, and some guy walk in there and think, well, I really got a great deal. Everybody's obsessed with Nick. You can't help it.
Oh my goodness.
Look, I've gotten a dime. Someone sent me a dime, and then another person I had on the channel sent me a 1 ounce silver round from their place. That's it. Nick's getting like fan mail like this thick.
Oh my gosh.
Time. Emails.
I'm so appreciative.
I get 1 to 2 emails a month. No one wants to hang out with Surfer. It's so sad.
So I brought my packages into work because I picked them up on the post office. And so I had them on my desk, and I'm sitting there and I'm opening it. And it's just like Christmas Day that I'm like showing everybody in the office, like, come look at this, come look at this. And I have another one in the office. He works with military veterans, and he does metal detecting with them. And so I was showing him the coins and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. I get to show them off, and I do appreciate them very much. But yes, showed them the Walking Liberties, and they were like, oh, these are awesome. Because, you know, people that don't collect coins don't usually see those come through. So just for them to hold them and look at them you know, just to kind of ask about them. So it's starting a whole new excitement again with me, because other people want to learn more about them. So that's
Surfer, you're only getting dimes, but at least you got videos. I mean, I have to piggyback off of you guys. I don't even have a video yet. So I got
you will
a channel with no content.
I'm not complaining about life. My life is good. I live 10 minutes from the ocean. It's a little cold for me at the moment to go surfing due to some health issues I've got, but it's going to be warming up here pretty soon, and I just need like 4 degrees.
Compton, Steve's doing ASEs for 30.
Ron will come hang. Ron's going to come down to SoCal and hang. That'll be good.
I'm going to put your email address in the chat, because, you know, there's people asking for ASEs, and you have several, and one was just asking for $31, but you're selling those for 30.
Well, the price just went up now. Great. Just kidding.
No, he said he was guaranteed no matter what the silver price was.
He's going to be at 30 for you guys on here. So that's the deal tonight.
And we really let me set out to sell silver, but because he does have such a great deal, and these are beautiful coins. So it's from a person that, did you purchase these for him originally, Steve?
No.
Okay.
No, this is a guy that would not sell his ASEs. He had a lot of silver, but he wouldn't sell the ASEs. And, you know, 2013, he bought a monster box. In 2014, he bought another monster box. So,
Oh, yep.
so he had, and he has people that come into his place and say, hey, I need, $100, and here's 4 gold, silver coins, and he'd buy them. But no, I didn't purchase these for him initially. And he just decided that he would sell them because 2013, that's 10 years ago. What was silver selling for then? You add 8 to 10 bucks on top of that price, and that's what he paid for his American
done
Silver
pretty
Eagles.
well.
So he's making money off of them. One thing that you need to do when you go into a pawn shop is you need to get the people's names. If you have to write them down, write them down. Where I bought the gold dollar and the 2 rings for my wife, the young man's name was Dylan. That was the owner's son. The owner's name was Kimball. So, when I walk in there in a month or 6 months and call them by name, they're not going to have a clue what my name is. But I'm not worried about them impressing me. I'm worried about impressing them. So,
they'll get a nickname for you though. You'll be like Mr. Silver or Mr. Gold or something like that.
Yeah, or the fat guy. Yeah.
I
walked in that day with my briefcase, and I was walking up the aisle, and I thought, you know what? I bet they're going to think that I'm in here peddling religion. And when the guy started checking me out, the young guy, he said, I saw your briefcase, and he said, I thought you were going to sell me some religion. And I said, I thought the same thing when I walked in, but they don't see people like that often. They don't see professional acting people that come in and are ready to do business with them and spend whatever, and what I spend, what you spend, or whatever. But some of the terminology that they'll use, they'll say, like, okay, I've got this ring, and I missed that. What was it?
It was just Canadian Mexican food is watered down, basically.
So you had to go to San Antonio, Texas. Oh my goodness. Hi, Dog World and you, VIP. How are you?
Hello.
They'll say things like, well, it just came out, so I can't really negotiate on the price. What he means when he says it just came out is either he bought it and it sat there for the time period he had to let it sit there to let the police reports go through, or it just came out of pawn. And when he says it just came out and he's not going to negotiate, he means there's not enough eyes have looked at that for him to know if he needs to discount the price on it.
So Steve, what would happen if I brought my Sigma with me to a pawn shop? Are they going to freak out over something like that?
If they do freak out over something like that, I would leave. I'm
just curious, like, what kind of reaction do you think I'd get out of that?
Well, I honestly, with what I do, I've got a diamond tester. I've got and
you carry that with you at all times, right?
Yes. And I've got a scale. I've got the loops. I got magnets. Yeah, I really think if you walked in there with a Sigma, he'd want to know where you got it from and how much you paid for it and where can he get one from.
And that's good.
But because it's like the guy that asked me about me using the NGC app, verifying the authenticity of that coin. He's like, where did you get that from? I'm like, dude, it's on it's an app. It's in the app store. There's a pawn shop down in Winter Haven, and he's got a YouTube channel called Pawnbroker Pickers or something. He does a lot of yard sales. He picks up good stuff there. But he's one of the pawn shops, one of the few that I've seen that will buy silver. They're buying more silver now than they used to. They didn't have anybody to sell it to and melt. What they're doing now is they're selling it in the store because they do have people that come in. It's just like I've always said, have a lot of silver and a little bit of gold because anybody can afford silver, but not everybody can afford gold.
Did I put that in right? I believe.
Yeah. On my email, the C is also capital. But I don't know that that's going to matter.
It is 57 at gmail.com, or is it Yahoo?
No, it's Gmail.
Okay.
Yeah, the Yahoo address is my personal. That's my business
Okay.
email address. So, yeah,
I'll
y'all
put it in.
shoot me an email if you want a sticker or if you want a ASE or or whatever you want to tell me how stupid you think I am. I mean, it doesn't matter to me what you say. I've got.
Put a 1 in the chat if you guys like stickers. I'm curious to see if anybody cares about stickers anymore.
Well, I'm bringing back the Channel Hall of Fame.
Whoops, I accidentally hit
So,
the
and
button.
we're going to start inducting more people back into the Channel Hall of Fame. So that's going to be coming back as well. So I'm going to.
Am I going to make it on there?
Yes. And so, yes, that's what I'll do next time. We're going to have the Channel Hall of Fame back. And Steve, I need a sticker.
So
And
I get to double dip because I've got the sticker and I've got the keychain. Or
yes, absolutely. Because you're up here
so,
already with the keychain.
So I'm going to be a double Hall of Fame.
Oh, double Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, take that and $1, and you can go to Shoney's and get a cup of coffee.
Oh gosh, I miss the Shoney's buffet, breakfast buffet.
Yeah, I was just talking to somebody about that today, the breakfast buffet and the seafood buffet.
Now, so there is a strip along where you're talking about from it's from South Georgia on into Jacksonville, Florida. And I don't remember the road, but it was like from the Okefenokee Swamp all the way down to, we'll say, the airport, Jacksonville Airport, that I would just love to go drive that strip and go to those pawn shops.
And you know what? See, that's where we went. And there's really not anything there anymore. There's a couple of pawn shops in Folkestone, which is 35 miles from us.
And that's a little bit before my husband used to work there.
And then when you get into Callahan, which is, you've got Bullion, Florida, Hilliard, Florida, and then Callahan. Mm-hmm. We turned left on A1A and headed down towards Fernandina, and that one pawn shop there, and First Coast Pawn, that was the name of it. Dylan and Kimball, if they're watching, they just had their 15 seconds of fame. But that was the only pawn shop, and I've been in there before, but there's just not that many pawn shops anymore. We went on the Florida trip and found a couple of places. We went Jessup and Folkestone, or Jessup and Hinesville, which is where Fort Stewart military base is at.
Yes, and now don't they have a big pawn shop there in Hinesville?
Well, see, both the American Silver, American Gold Eagle, and the Maple Leaf I bought at two different pawn shops in Hinesville there at Fort Stewart. Jessup is a town that's east of us that has some pretty decent pawn shops there. And see, Brenda, my wife, she likes to shop in Goodwills as well, because she has an eBay store. How about that? See,
so Hinesville, how far is that from Waycross?
Which Jessup's 40 miles, so it's probably about 65, 70 miles.
Okay.
I think.
Because I remember here in Hinesville, and I know I've been through it. I just can't picture whereabouts it is. Is it?
And the evolution of those shops over there is they used to have military surplus stores. I mean, there was just a military surplus store on every corner, and now you've got a few pawn shops. So, see, Jerry says I need to go to Fayetteville.
Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I just saw that, and also Papa York. Oh my gosh. When I went down, so Steve is from the same town that I lived in for a short time and where my husband is from. And when we went to visit in August, I couldn't wait to go back down because I wanted to go to Ryan's, but it's closed.
Yeah.
Evidently it closed during COVID. And I was so disappointed because they had the best, because I don't like to eat a lot of sweets. So I'd go get strawberries and then dip them in the chocolate sauce for my dessert and kind of eat a little bit healthy. And so, that's what I wanted. I wanted strawberries and chocolate.
Are you a chocolate dip strawberry person, Nick?
Yeah, because they had that warm chocolate, but it wasn't like the Hershey's chocolate, that you put in chocolate. I mean, it was the good stuff, and it was like fondue, like chocolate fondue.
Yeah, so that's healthy.
Oh,
so I can drink a bottle of water and eat a Snickers bar, and I'm good.
Oh,
Just a quick aside. This last weekend, my wife made crepes,
Oh man.
and I went
oh,
and got some Nutella, and I put
yum.
Nutella with bananas and whipped
Nice.
cream. I think
Good
I had
IHOP,
four of those things.
and now I'm a diabetic and I'm on an insulin pump. And when I go to IHOP, my insulin pump sounds like a chainsaw. Um, IHOP has crepes with strawberries and whipped cream,
Yeah.
and I absolutely love those things. Crepes are just a undiscovered treasure.
I got to
Yes.
show you this picture here
So,
real quick.
Bill
if I
Maple,
can
does anybody like ice cream? I think Mainers are the only people that will eat ice cream when it's freezing out because we love ice cream and I want coffee ice cream all day, every day. I love ice cream.
Okay. When anybody comes to visit me, I will take them out and we will go get a mocha pie.
I
Hula
want the
pie.
big fat ones though, Reese's peanut butter cups.
This is one slice of it. It
Oh,
feeds like
yum.
people. It's massive, and you can
I
get it
don't-
in peanut butter or mocha flavor.
I don't have enough insulin on hand to eat something like that.
See,
I can't
bet
show
my
you the
sugar's
scale of
going
it,
up
but
just- my
it's
sugar's going up just looking at that picture. So
it's this big, guys. I mean, it's like a
Yeah.
good 7 inches, 8 inches tall.
strawberries,
It's
bananas,
huge.
ice cream. Oh my gosh. Now we're talking about food. Now I'm hungry because I like to eat. Oh,
All right, let me
like,
see if I got another good picture here of ice cream. Okay, the other
but
thing I like
I
doing
like my
is
desserts and I love my coffee with my desserts.
Ghirardelli.
Yeah.
Ghirardelli hot fudge sundaes.
Now, how do people in California stay so skinny? Because I mean, all these desserts, I know that half those women haven't even probably taken a bite.
A lot of us do celery juice every morning.
Yuck. That would make me not want to get up.
I
in the
can do it a
morning.
couple times a week. It makes me sick, but
Oh,
just a second. We have an electrical problem with one of my cars, and it keeps going off.
see, I could do the celery juice as long as I had about 15 hot wings to go with it. So yeah, I mean that might kind of kill the weight loss thing, but
I don't know. I mean, seriously, just, ugh.
see, honestly, I could drink celery juice. I like celery.
And
So,
I have coffee ice cream upstairs. So when we're done here, I'm gonna have coffee ice cream for dessert.
Sorry, my car was going off, and I realized I'm the one with the key. I'm the only person that
Coffee
can turn it
flavored
off.
anything. Oh my gosh, those I love coffee flavored, of course, coffee and ice cream is my favorite. And those
So-
coffee nibs candies are the delicious.
So someone mentioned they want to see me do some more pier walking on the pier doing videos, and I'll do more of those. But
Coffee.
my goal is to get Nick, Mr. Nick,
Yeah.
and Little Nick Jr. to come out and visit me out here. We're gonna go and eat at Fisherman's on the pier.
Little
we'll even
Nick,
go up.
she looks just like me too. I mean,
Does she look just
seriously.
like you? And then we're gonna go over to Fisherman's. We're gonna get a hula pie. And if you really want a treat, we'll go up to Huntington Beach, and we'll go to Duke's. And Duke's has the original hula pie up there, Nick. It's incredible.
I do, but I want to go down that pier and I want to ask the questions with you.
And we're gonna do that. And then if I can, there's 2 special guests I want to bring in from New Hampshire to come out and visit. I don't know if I can get them to come yet, but I'm working on it.
But you did almost kind of get a commitment, or at least I'm thinking
I got a verbal commitment. We'll see if it really works and happens.
But my husband and I will be going down to visit his family soon. So I'm going to get together with Steve and I'm going to have him take me to the pawn stores.
There you go.
And I want to go see all these and see if I can get some deals too, because he's a good haggler though. And he's
I think we need to have a little friendly competition here to see, Nick, who can find the better deal at a pawn store between our next show on Tuesday next week.
You're from LA as well. Yes, I do. So I've been all up and down the East Coast, been Middle America. I have just never made it all the way to the West Coast. I need to.
I need everybody to send Nick an email that she should come to the Long Beach Coin Show.
Huntington. That's in California too, I believe, right?
Yeah, Huntington Beach. So when you come out, we're gonna go to San Clemente. We'll go to Huntington Beach. We'll go out to Newport Beach. We'll go to these different piers and do a couple cool, fun videos. There's some great restaurants and places to check out. And if you haven't been to Disneyland, you got to at least check it out. I know a lot of people are freaked out about what's going on over there right now, but it's still a great magical place to go to, at least on the
Speaking of Disney, why don't you share what you did find out at the antique store? What dining set did you find, Steve?
Oh, tell us.
So remind me, guys. I mean,
the dining room table and chairs that you purchased.
Oh, yeah. Our dining room table we bought at a local antique store that didn't sell all antiques. I mean, some of this stuff is vintage. And the dining room table that I bought my wife was owned by Walt Disney's granddaughter. And so this dining room table that we sit at, Walt Disney has sat at this dining room table.
Well, don't clean it then.
Cosmic Creations?
And you know, it I talked to the lady that owned it just recently, and she said she had recovered the chairs, and they look like a chessboard. They're black and white, and she said that is a wonderful table, and I said it really is. I mean, it's really nice. It's it's I don't know, it's an 8 or 10 foot long table. But just the fact that it's a Walt Disney sat at this table,
Yes, I mean, I think that's neat because he was my daughter took a class in school, one of those credits that she needed, and about Walt Disney, and he was a very interesting person, a patriot of this country. That company was founded on some great morals and values. So
and then
he was
happened to it. It's kind of changed a little bit.
Yeah, it has, but that's with everything. Things change. But
well, here's the thing. It's once you have something go public and you get activists and you get people that buy up shares and they start manipulating all these things, which is too bad.
I know. I mean, Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg, they have a partnership and they're doing quite well with each other. I mean, and talk about Martha Stewart though. She started her first company at 50 years old, and look what she's made that into. So it goes to show and Surfer and I were talking about that too. We've had questions on, is it too late to get started in collecting or stacking gold and silver? And our answer was no, it's never too late. So
it's never too late to realize a dream.
Yeah.
I mean, I had 34 years working with Coca-Cola that I had absolutely no time to hardly be a dad and a husband. And after I had to retire, I've started doing, I do leather work, I do gunsmithing, I collect guns, I collect gold and silver, I sell gold and silver. So, it's never too late to act on a dream.
No, it's not.
Me up.
Compton is straight out of Kentucky.
Here's one thing I'll tell you guys. My grandfather, he left Southern Utah as a pretty poor kid after the war and went to Compton, California. That's where my dad grew up for a little bit. Compton's not a place that people want to be going to right now if you look like me. And I'll just put it out that way. It's not super safe. And he was able to live that American dream and start a business and do very well with it. And it did very well for a very long time. And I think there is a huge opportunity for people out there still. Like, I got a couple years before I hit 50, Nick. So we got to create something big in the next couple of years here.
Yes. And there's some things in the works as well.
Yeah, we're hoping to do something.
That's a good word, Craig. 1967 Chevy. You can't go back to yesterday, but you can always start today.
Yes.
Yep. It's never too late until they close the lid on that casket. So.
Right.
Yeah, that is totally true. So anyway, hopefully you'll be able to come out, Nick. Steve, I hope to meet you in person one of these days. Would be great too. Nick, I'm wondering if we ought to do some sticker stuff for people.
Sure.
Should we do any giveaways tonight?
Yeah, look what I got.
Ooh, that looks official. What's on the back of it? Oh, that says number 1, guys.
Mm-hmm. And I'm, of course, going to sign them as well.
Oh, that one looks good.
So I tell you what, since you're going to do a giveaway, and since y'all are so kind and have had me, what is this, the 3rd time I've been on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really appreciate y'all giving me the exposure. And so let's do this as the first giveaway. So 2013 ASE.
Oh, nice.
Just a second. I'm going to bring you back up here, and we're going to have you bigger. Just a second here.
Okay, there we go. So 2013 ASE, it's uncirculated. There's the reverse on it. And y'all do your giveaway however you do it. Tell me who wins, and they can email me at hamptonconsultants57@gmail.com, and I will send this to you. Just send me where I need to mail it to.
That sounds awesome. Okay, what you do, Nick? How do you want to do it tonight?
You know, I'm not good. I don't know.
I tell you what. How about this? The first person that guesses my age.
That could be.
Okay, so wait. You got to wait until we say start. You got to wait until we say start, though.
Okay. Look, what do I think about pre-33 British sovereign cards? I don't know much about them, to be honest with you. But I do love pre-33 American gold.
I had a friend that's all he collected for years and years and years was pre-33 British sovereigns. He bought one every paycheck.
Okay, the ring pen's coming.
Every paycheck. So do they still have the same amount of gold as the American coins did?
Say that again.
Did they have 80% gold, or was it?
I think the British sovereign is 90%.
90%. Okay.
I think I may be wrong about that.
Because I think, yeah, British sovereigns are the best. The older they are, the better they are.
You know, one thing we didn't talk about tonight, Nick, was the over 1,200 foreign coins that I found.
Oh, yes.
This past weekend from over 100 different countries. Something that I was not interested in, but it was in three ring binders from all over the world. But I had a customer that was interested in it, so I bought it and let him get it. So let's do this. Guess the year that I was born. That's what you need to do, is guess the year that I was born.
Okay, so Nick, for whatever reason, I must be a guest today. I can't type anything in here, so you'll have to start.
I must have. Okay.
And I can't even see the comments. So Nick, I'm going to text you the year that I was born.
Okay. So as soon as I get that year, then I'm going to hit start because people are already going.
You got to wait until we put start in there, guys. Wait.
Hi, Jean.
Okay, Nick. So I sent it to you.
Okay, I got it.
And let's put the full year in just to make it easier for people. It's easier for us to catch it too.
I see it already. It was 1964, and I believe that was West Texas Stacker. See if is that the first one you see?
Let me double check here. Did you actually do an official start? Okay, let me go back to that. Okay. Yes, West Texas Stacker.
Congratulations, Hampton Consultants 57@gmail.com.
Send me your information of where you want it sent to, and I will get it in the mail quickly.
Yes, he's very quick with his mail outs.
Congratulations on that. That's a great win.
Yes. So in Tiger, he has a great pawn shop too, that he has actually done some videos and has shown us inside that shop as well. So, and he does look like he's able to get in, and he has somebody reasonable there as well that he can work with. I don't care if I buy gold or silver at a yard sale. If I'm going to get a good deal and I know it's legit, I'm going to buy it at a yard sale.
And let me tell you something. When you go to yard sales, you need to always ask them if they have any old coins they want to sell. because you'd be surprised at how many people do have, but they don't put them out
They
because
don't.
they don't think anyone would be interested in them, or they don't want to get them stolen or whatever. And people, if they think you're legit and that you're really interested in it, they will invite you into their home and let you go through and pick out what you want, or they might want to sell the whole collection.
Right.
Oh, that's
Well,
great advice.
And
Real quick, West Texas, the email's right below your post there to Hampton Consultants 57 at Gmail. Go ahead and email him directly.
Thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. I'm just wondering if we may see an influx of people, dumping coin sets and coin stars, or maybe we should start, I might get, so halves to look through, because when the economy is down, I start seeing more silver pop up.
So do you guys know why the markets are down a little bit, or one of the reasons? The Fed's no longer talking about lowering rates. They're talking about having no rate cuts this year now. That's the talk on the street.
The talk is it's gonna stay stable. It's gonna stay stable.
Just wait until they start raising them.
When they start lowering them is when I'm gonna start worrying.
But yes, okay. When they start lowering rates, it'll most likely be for the wrong reason, because everything broke. And they have to lower them pretty quickly to try to recover stuff. But I think they're going to go higher with the rates. I think they're going to be forced to, but they're not going to want to, because of the election.
They're going to be forced to, but I don't think they will this year.
They may not this year, but when those rates go up, I think you'll have more people deciding they need to sell things to pay for things.
Right. Long-lived coins, nice to see you. But I also find that too, I think that we're going to, when people are down on their luck too, you find people are robberies and people are stealing. And then these people may steal some coins and not realize what they had, and then just try to go dump them quick, like at pawn stores or, even in a coin star. I mean, I know it's not.
And coin stars reject silver. And
I always check.
I always do too.
How stupid can you be to create a machine that rejects silver? I mean, come on.
Really?
Who made that thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have had a reject and have it go in the machine in a different part of the machine.
But see, Coke vending machines reject silver because, and I'm guessing that the coin star is basically the same way. The electronic changers that we went to from the old mechanical changers, the mechanical changers would take silver, but the electronic changers measure thickness, diameter, density, and denomination. And now it can be programmed to where it will take silver. It can be programmed to take dollar coins. It can be programmed not to take currency and take washers from a hardware store. But for the most part, they reject silver because of whatever reason Coke chooses to do that.
I love fiddleheads.
What the heck is a fiddlehead?
Okay, so it's like a fern, and there's only a few weeks out of the season that you can pick these and eat them, that they're not poison. So, Gene, if you go get fiddleheads and you sell them to put them in the freezer, I'd be a buyer. Because they go so quick up here.
I'm gonna have to look that thing up on the internet.
Oh, fiddleheads! It's literally a fern, and it looks like before it's blossomed. Yeah, they're delicious.
So you're eating something that if you eat it at the wrong time, it'll kill you.
Kinda, yeah. I think
it's like a blowfish. Those are illegal though.
So I got married down in Waycross, Georgia, where Steve is right now, and my mother-in-law, and the plant down south is ferns. You put ferns all over your southern home and on your porch. I mean, these big ferns. So I had a lot of ferns at my wedding, and we had a lot of them. My mother-in-law liked ferns, and so my aunt and everybody came down from up here, and then my aunt's like, "Those are weeds in my yard that I pick, and you have all these ferns around." She's like. So when we came back up here, and we're pulling the weeds up.
Surfer, she paid attention while she was down here, because my front porch is loaded down with ferns. Everybody has ferns.
Everybody has ferns, and I don't know.
Going around like eating your ferns. She's like,
yeah. So and my aunt's like making fun of them because she's one pulling them out of her yard because they're weeds, up here.
If you want ferns to really grow and really flourish, take them out of the pot off your front porch, throw them in your backyard, and they'll take the yard over.
And they will too. So I don't know if you remember Miss Marsha from City Hall. I used to work
Yes.
with her. So she used to be the fern queen, where you'd go into her backyard and you'd go take pots. So we borrowed a lot of them for my wedding from Miss Marsha.
That's funny.
But oh yes, because my mother-in-law had to have ferns. Oh,
So
I loved hydrangeas, so I had
Nick, there's
hydrangeas.
a website, or there's a new stacking channel I wanted to introduce everybody to, if they haven't heard about it yet. Are you okay with me doing that?
Yeah, please, yes. Do the right to pick.
I'm going to share my screen because I don't have a way of posting it right now. Actually, I go to post. Let me try posting the link on my phone. Let me try this real quick because that'd be easier. Just a second. Okay, keep talking. Sorry.
Real estate is a mess in Canada. Real estate in my area, we have never really had a housing crisis. Well, we're having a housing crisis because there's nothing for sale. So things on the market are so expensive up in this area. Papa York, I'm sure you're familiar. It's very difficult to find a house to buy because we just don't have the inventory. We haven't had the inventory.
All right. I just put in, I went on to Nick's channel right now, and I've just added the 50th thumbs up.
Thank you.
So I think we need to do another giveaway, but I'm going to put a link in here to a new channel. This gentleman was just on Ron's Basement, and he started a channel recently here. Hopefully this link will come up. But his channel is Ted Speaks Truth. So you can do the @ Ted Speaks Truth. Anyway, I'm not seeing it on here. Did that go through? Maybe that didn't go through.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Anyway, maybe that's not going to go through for you guys. I don't know if you'll see it or not. But anyway, he has a I believe it's a PhD in economics from MIT.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's a master's, but I think it might be a PhD. Anyway, the dude's brilliant. He's really smart, and he's just really started hitting hard on things around banking. He's a big silver bug, and then also what's happening with the bail-in. So it covers a lot of the same stuff I've been covering with Andy Scheckman on what can be coming down. And I'm actually interviewing him on Thursday again. So we'll get a video up next week on that. But if you guys want to go check him out, I think he's got some cool stuff there. So Nick, I wanted to do a quick, I don't know if anybody wants these or not, but I've got a magnet.
Oh, nice.
There's only a few of these left still. The original ones. I'm not making more of them. And then I had this sticker to go along with it.
And Papa York, that's what we built about 5 years ago, because when we moved back up this way from down south, we just could not find anything to buy. There was no inventory. And thank God we got our house built before all the COVID and stuff hit, because wood went up like astronomical. And we would have never have built, because we would have had to pay double what we paid to build. And wood, it's not cheap, because Canada has a little bit of a monopoly. They bought a lot of lumber mills that were economy, and here in the state of Maine, they bought up a lot of these lumber mills, and they're not reopening them.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I don't know. There's so much stuff like that. Like I keep seeing these food plants burning up in Texas and other states. It's like crazy stuff.
Today we had a lithium battery fire at a hotel, started from a lithium battery from a bike.
That's not, I have 2 bikes in my garage that make me a little nervous. My neighbor has a Tesla, and then they're building a lithium battery dump not too far from my house. It's on the other side of the mountain. That makes me nervous, because that whole thing could light up and burn the whole area down.
I mean, that's what scares me.
Tell me this: why are the lithium batteries in Teslas and these cars and these hoverboards catching on fire, but the lithium batteries in DeWalt drills and things like that, you never hear about them catching on fire?
A lot of times they're different batteries. There's like lithium phosphate. There's lithium. I forget the other name. So there's some that are more stable than others. So I have like a backup generator for my house that has 3.6 kilowatt hours. And that is the more stable kind, where I can charge it, discharge it every day for 10 years, and it will still be at 80%, whereas the Tesla batteries don't do the same. But I forget it's lithium phosphate something. Okay, so Nick, what I wanted to do is have you get ready to say start.
Okay.
But before we do that, it's for these two guys here. I've got a number between 1 and 100. You've got to hit the number, be the first person to hit the number, or the closest one to it not going over. One guess only.
Okay, so I'm going to hit start.
Between 1 and 100. So as soon as Nick hits start, go.
Okay. And Papa York, that was at the Holiday Inn by the Sea in Portland today.
Dang. Now, I will tell you guys, I got one of the first 1,000 reservations on the Cybertruck to buy it, and I said no. The Cybertruck Tesla.
Oh, yes, that's right too. Yep. And you said no.
I've seen 2 Model 3s burn out on the freeway near Oceanside where you have to wait 45 minutes. They can't put the fire out. I don't know how these things make any sense for being more ecological. I've done my research on them. You got to drive them 90,000 miles before they are as green as a gas-powered car. Okay. And then you got to replace the batteries. So I don't know that these things do anything, for the environment overall. They do reduce pollution in the city. I'll give them that. But they rip up the roads a little bit. They go through tires faster. But anyway, I passed on that. I'm getting my reservation back. I put it in like 5 or 6 years ago, way before I did my research on it. But I have seen the Tesla Cybertruck a few times in person, and I've got a neighbor that's got one, and they're pretty ugly, but they're massive. They're just like, I don't know how you're going to park those things. They're just huge. Okay.
They look like
only one guest star stacker. Come on. What's going on? Just kidding. And for those of you that are not subscribed, but channel members, I've got 10 channel members right now. Hopefully we can grow that soon. We're looking to do like a metal buying club to help you guys get some better deals out there.
You can dispose of the battery. The batteries quit within a year. And then, so when you go buy another car, nobody wants to buy a new one because you have to buy the battery again.
Well, I think there's $6,000 batteries to $10,000
$25,000.
Up to 20. Okay. So they're way higher, $25,000 batteries. And then if you buy a Tesla battery that goes on your house, that's an old car battery that's been repurposed.
Right.
And
so why would you?
I don't know. But what I was just going to say, the people that are channel members, I'm going to be sending out those stickers pretty soon to you guys that are special stickers for the channel. Those will be coming out. Okay. So here's the number. It's number 80 right there. So I see Farm Dog hit pretty fast at 79. Did anybody get 80 on the dot? I think it's going to Farm Dog. Is it Farm Dog?
Hi, GMAP.
Yes. So Farm Dog, send me an email, stackingsurfer@gmail.com, and I'll get these 2 sent off to you.
Nick, is Steve LaPointe still in here?
Steve LaPointe. I don't know.
I saw him earlier and I didn't speak to him. He's a super nice guy. I see him at the Durbin auctions.
Oh, yes, there's Steve. Hi, Steve. He's in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great guy. Glad you were here tonight, Steve.
Yes, he's a New Yorker.
He's a New Yorker.
Yes. He's a New Yorker. Yeah, we have a lot of Northerners. Got a couple from Maine as well.
There's probably nobody in this tonight that talks like I do.
Well, my husband does.
Well, of course he does, but he's not here. So
my husband talks just like you. Y'all.
I need to have my daughter on just for a brief moment to let y'all hear her talk.
Well, Steve, can you do my accent is my question. Can you do the surfer accent?
Can I?
Yeah.
No, but Sean Penn's real good at it.
All right. Okay.
Oh, it's very easy to do a New England one because all you got to do is go park your car in the dooryard over there.
I work with somebody. Most of the people I work with are from Boston. I don't hear that very often.
Boston. To be honest with you, a lot of us don't have accents like we used to. My mom and like the older generation, the Down East Kennedy accent is what they call. Does Yankee have that accent as well? I can hear it in Tim, but it's the Down East.
No, Yankee doesn't have too much of the accent. So,
Bahaba. My daughter is in Statesboro. My husband went to Statesboro. Went to college.
Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern.
The yellow jackets. or the
Yeah.
Eagles. The
Well, probably
Eagles.
the Eagles. I think they're the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's where my husband went to school. I went to UGA, Athens. Boy, there's been a lot going on in Athens because of that. Oh, well, we won't talk about that.
I went.
My wife the other day told me I had Jimmy Neutron hair. Is my hair that
Oh my
bad?
gosh, you do look like Jimmy Neutron.
So I'll tell you a quick story.
Amy is in Northern California. No,
When my son was like 3 years old, he got like a kid's meal from some restaurant place, and it was a Jimmy Neutron toy.
yeah.
And he's in the back in his car seat, and he goes, "Dad." He goes, "Dad, look, Mom, Dad."
I can't wait to tell Tony.
Anyway,
that's funny.
So I've actually had 2 or 3 people comment on my videos so far. They're like, "Hey, Jimmy Neutron." I
have not seen that. Papa York. Yeah.
Anyway, that makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that these guys, these comedians or these impressionists, none of them are from the South? Because when you talk like this, you can't talk there's no way I could convince somebody that I was from Boston.
No.
Or from California. I mean, it just don't work. Impressionists don't come from South Georgia. Now I can impersonate my neighbor because he talks like I do, but
yeah, but there is a different accent for like Georgia and like South Carolina. I mean, you could tell where they're from, North Carolina, South Carolina, and even Georgia.
Let me tell you, you can tell somebody that's from Augusta. People in Augusta talk totally different than anybody anywhere else in the United States or in Georgia.
I was looking through the newspaper today at work, and I saw an obituary, and they said this person was from Tifton, Georgia, and I was like, what are they? It was Tifton, Georgia. That's where my sister-in-law lives, near Waycross, and I was like, oh wow. So just our little dinky paper had somebody from Tifton.
I didn't know them. So that's the thing. My wife says, you go to Kroger, and if she would go to Kroger by herself, Steve will point you right.
I forgot about those guys. And Ron, what was the other guy's name? Ron.
There's Ron White.
Ron White,
Larry the Cable Guy, Bill Engvall, and Jeff Foxworthy.
Yep.
Bill Engvall.
My best impersonation is Fire Marshal Bill. I'm known as being Jim Carrey. Like that's what my family knows me as being Jim Carrey. I'm not as crazy as he is, but they tried to get me to dress up as Vera DeMilo once when I was a kid, and I wasn't.
Contest.
So how about?
But I could do Fire Marshal Bill.
Who did he play in the Deadpool, the Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry movie? Jim Carrey. That was, I think, his first acting gig. Yeah, there. Yeah, burned his lips off. But Johnny Squares. He played Johnny Squares. He was a rocker, and Clint Eastwood said, when they were casting, doing auditions, they said, just let him go and see how far he's willing to go. And they cast him as Johnny Squares in the Deadpool, the Clint Eastwood movie. And there was, for the longest time, that I never realized that that's who it was. It was Jim Carrey, but he's a nut.
Yes, he is. Oh, I like him in The Grinch.
He's someone that seems to have been enlightened to too much information that's going out on Hollywood, plus totally lost it at the same time. Like he has just gone. I've seen his art in Vegas, and his art's nuts. I mean, it's like, kind of like nightmarish-y, scary stuff that he puts together.
Really? I haven't seen any of that lately.
I mean, it'll be like an impressionist picture of a person, but it's it's a little sketchy, and it's also a little risque too.
Oh, I haven't seen it in a long time.
Like if Stephen King was an artist,
probably, or like you take Stephen King and you take what's the other dude's name that did Edward Scissorhands and
Johnny Depp.
Well, it's the director. Oh I'm forgetting his name.
No,
Someone will put it in the chat.
and Papa York, because he's in this area too, so I'm sure he's ran into Stephen King a time or two. And I went to school with his youngest son. We would run into him quite a bit, and he's just as creepy as you would expect him or think he was.
Tim Burton was the name. Tim Burton.
Jim Burton, yeah.
Yeah, Stephen King is very creepy.
Yeah, so some of these people that do these crazy movies, I just don't know what the deal is. Now, I will tell you something cool I did last night. Nick, you probably won't care about this so much, but the movie Dune, the second one just came out, and most of the time, almost every time you go to a movie now, it's digital projectors. They've gotten rid of film.
Oh, okay.
There's 12 theaters on the planet that are playing Dune in 70 millimeter film on IMAX, and one of them happens to be in Irvine, and I went to that last night with my son, and it was pretty awesome. It was about a 5-story tall screen that you're sitting in a big auditorium with about 500-600 people. That was really cool.
I have never seen a Stephen King movie. I take that back. I saw The Langoliers because it was taped in our airport and it wasn't scary. But
that's like the worst one too. That's not.
Have you ever seen The Shawshank Redemption?
Yes, I have seen that one as well. Yeah. That's probably the only. And Stand By Me, I haven't seen that one all the way through.
So, Surfer, my daughter just went.
Me neither, Papa York.
With her husband to the coast to watch the Dune, whatever it is, because we kept my granddaughter that night. But you're talking about them using all this digital stuff. The reason she didn't go here is they still got a guy up top that's turning the film.
He's turning it. So that's kind of the real deal. But when they film these things, they only film them on so many of the films, right? So one of the original films was in this theater, and it sold out for 3 weeks. Like we got the crap seat in the very front on the edge, and I had to kind of watch it like this. And it's $20 a person to watch it. But if you guys get a chance, there's only 6 theaters in the U.S. 3 of them are on the East Coast. 3 are in California. If you get a chance to do that, it's a good movie.
So Stephen King does tape all his movies in Maine, and he was taping one in where I live. And I was 16 years old, and I just got my driver's license. And they had, I was supposed to be home by a certain time, and I was just taking out the car. Well, they had blocked off the road because they were taping a scene in the movie, and I got in so much trouble because I was late getting home. Of course, we didn't have cell phones back then, so I could call him, say I'm going to be a little late. And until the next morning, when my dad read it in the newspaper that they actually did close the road off to tape a scene in that movie, I wasn't in trouble anymore.
There you go. And this is my favorite TV show of all time is Man in the High Castle. It does have some language, guys. There's some language, so don't watch it with your kids. But it is a killer TV show. It's what happens if the Germans and the Japanese won World War II. And then it shows how the Americans...
That's cool, Papa York.
That is very cool.
It's a really cool movie or TV show. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's on Amazon.
And Big Test Unit, I go walking. I walk in Pet Cemetery because it's one of the oldest cemeteries, and they call it a garden cemetery, and it's a beautiful cemetery. And I actually have a short on the channel of Pet Cemetery and the steps going up, because I go up those steps that were in the movie where, Stephen King made a cameo. I never saw that movie either. I just know where the steps were. And so they do have a tour guide where they'll take you to all the Stephen King locations and stuff. And like the water tower, I guess, was in some clown. I don't know, but that's like near the cemetery as well. That big water tower.
So Nick, you come out in June. We'll do a big tour of California, Southern California, and we'll do a bunch of shows. Okay. So maybe I'll come out in October and come to Maine, and we'll do like the scary Halloween episode.
I don't I don't like scary stuff, but I'll take you to Pet Cemetery.
You want me to tell you what's scarier?
I don't do scary stuff, but I'll take you to the Pet Cemetery. That's
I'm not scared of it, because you know why I'm not scared of it? It's because I never saw Stephen King's movies, so I'm not fearful.
I will tell you what is scarier than going to a Stephen King movie.
What's that?
Or what is scarier than a Stephen King movie is being in a theater and it's dark and there's people there that you don't know. I do not go to the movies.
I thought you were going to say being on the Okefenokee Swamp, because that would be scary.
No,
that would scare me.
That's not scary.
The best movie I ever went to was in Manhattan, New York, where there was a gentleman in front of us that it was some stupid chick movie, and it was boring. I did not like it, but this guy was making comments about every scene the entire time. It was hilarious. We were laughing. My wife and I were laughing just watching this guy making like he was all, no, you're not going to do that. No way. Don't. It was the best. But I hear you on that, Steve. You never know who's sitting next to you or what disease they've got or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But
no.
I still make it out to the movies quite a bit when I can. I guess I grew up going to a lot of them, and we have incredible movie theaters here that have massive screens and great sound and all that stuff. But it's got to be a good movie to make.
I'm not a good movie watcher. I just don't watch a lot of movies unless it's a comedy, because I don't want like scary movies and I don't want to sit there and cry. I've never seen
Unless
The
Tom
Notebook.
Brady starts doing movies. Now, if Tom Brady starts doing movies, Nick's going to go see every one of them.
Have you seen that movie? What was it called? Tom Brady and 80, or 80 and Tom Brady, something like that, with Jane Fonda was in it. There was 4 like Golden Girls in it chasing after Tom Brady.
Did you go see that one?
No. I waited.
If Clint Eastwood's not in it, it's not worth watching.
John Jacobs. Anyway. Well, Tom Brady was in this one. But yeah, it was Brady or 80, or I can't remember. Middle Dragon. What was that movie? If you're still here. But yes, Tom Brady was in one. Oh, 80 for Brady. There you go. Thank you.
So Nick, are we going to give away the first sticker, or are we holding that one?
Oh my gosh. Oh yes, let's give this one away, and we got to get off here. We've an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, we got to cruise.
So
let's do that quick giveaway, and then we'll call it a night. So guys, this is the very first Coin Talk sticker that's being given out on live here. I actually gave one out at Tim's on Thursday. Yeah, so this is the first one that's signed by Nick and Surfer, whatever my name is.
I'm big. I don't like being big.
Oh, she doesn't like being big. We got to shrink her down. Sorry, I forgot.
I don't like to be the only one on the sticker.
We're showing the sticker. We're showing the sticker. So.
Okay. With the
a quick shout out. If you guys haven't seen my platinum video today, I did a platinum video launch today.
Yes, and you had a guest with Sean, right?
Yep, he was my guest on there, and he did a great job. So if you guys haven't seen that yet, go check out the platinum. And then my gold and silver prediction came out last Wednesday, and it's actually been my second best performing video out there. And I've got some pretty crazy predictions that I know Nick won't give you predictions. I
know. And I'm sure it's a great video, and I'm going to watch the video and I'll promote the video. But I just don't like predictions, and I don't like listening to them, because I mean that's all people do from the first of the year, and then
it is. So I don't do a lot of them, but this one's kind of fun. I had some editors help me with this one, and it has a lot of humor in it. You have to pay attention. Dogs
do produce great videos, so don't get me wrong.
But Nick, dogs are talking in the video. People have bubbles around their heads with words. It's actually kind of
like
funny.
Batman, like Pal.
There's crap like that in there, and I wasn't sure if I should release that. And then I'm like, I'll just put it out, and it actually did really well. And
Sean's first video broke the internet. I'm not surprised.
Yes, Sean's first video broke, and this second one's actually breaking it. It's actually doing really well. So.
Well, we do need to go watch that one as well. So I'm going to be putting at the end of this video, usually I have been getting better at that, Surfer, by putting the information in there first and then being able to say I did do it. So when we are done, good night, Cosmic Creations.
Well, real quick, how close are we to getting you monetized, by the way, Nick?
I think I'm like 500 hours.
Okay. So one thing I want to throw out to everybody, go watch Nick's videos. We need to help her get to that 500-hour period.
I know. Well, it's different too, because I don't have any videos. We have live streams, so I don't do video.
It's live streams count. Go watch the live streams. Just go put them on while you're cooking your dinner.
How I roll. John Jacobs. That's funny, because I didn't have any eye rolls tonight. It can be done.
Okay, well, we can get an eye roll real quick here by doing this.
I'm not going to do it right now. Yeah.
She's trying really hard not to eye roll. I tried, guys. I couldn't get it.
I hate being big.
You ought to be in my shoes.
All right, we're going to give this sticker away. I forgot I don't think we finished doing that.
I do when he does that, and I'm just thinking, take me off. Oh, no, I roll. I can't just force it. It just happens. But did you see where I said, so Gypsy Wolves had said something on one of the comments of the eye rolls. And I said, I think 70% was Gypsy, 20% is Silver Wolverine. And I said, now Stacker does, our Surfer does have 10% eye rolls now sometimes.
Yeah, 10% eye rolls. But
yeah. And I was like, it took a minute to get up to the 10%. So I'm sure you'll get more. But yeah, you're gradually increasing.
We're getting there. Yeah.
If I'm ever in a live stream with you guys and I roll my eyes, I will give each one of you 5 ounces of silver.
Okay, wait, repeat that again. My
If
brain
I
isn't.
am ever in a live stream with you guys and you catch me rolling my eyes, I will give you 5 ounces of silver apiece.
I got
because I detest eye rolls.
Okay, but here's the deal. If you can eye roll at the same time that the screen freezes and your eye rolls are stuck on there for 10 minutes, that's 10 ounces of silver each.
Wait a minute. This is my rules, not yours.
I'm trying to get an eye roll from you. Is it working?
You're not going to get an eye roll from me.
It's not working.
It ain't going to happen.
All right.
Oh my gosh. I can just imagine what I would look. I can't even imagine that. Being on a big screen. Ugh. I would be like, take it off.
Here, just for a second. There you go.
No.
It's big on the big screen.
Still
no eye roll. I can't believe it. All right.
Melt the flip coin. I'm not going to even read it. Oh my gosh.
She can't read the comments anymore.
I can't read his comments right now. Because I really wanted, I had to fight and push those back down.
Where's Gypsy when we need Gypsy? That's the problem.
He's too easy. I was just gonna eye roll saying his name.
Oh my gosh, you're on a 75-inch screen.
Oh my gosh, that's gross. Votes. Okay, so what do we do? I'm sorry.
All right, so let's do this. I have another number ready to go, Nick. So just put in. It's going to be between 1 and 100. Same rules as before, guys. Someone's got to land on the number or just underneath it.
You have it already?
Yep. So go ahead and say start. Yep, there we go. Okay. Oh, the numbers are rolling in. They're rolling in. They're rolling in. You guys, this is the first official sticker that has both of our signatures on it. And which one is this? So we have number 2 on this one?
Yes, we had 1 and 2 go out today.
Okay, yep. 1 and 2.
And I mean, it's just me, but on all my stickers that I signed and I'm mailing out, I have number 1 on them all.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the first version of Nick's stickers, right?
Well, it's just because everybody's number 1 to me. Nobody's a number 2. Nobody's a number 3. All these people, everybody.
So here's the key. If you get a sticker from Nick that doesn't say number 1 on it, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like Gypsy's going to get like a 12 on there. Okay, is that eye roll?
He'll have like 100. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. He's gonna get the only one that doesn't have a 1 on it. But yes, everybody that gets a Nick sticker will have a number 1 on the back because.
Okay, we got to hit stop now, Nick. Okay, let's see what we got. So here's the number.
Oh,
59.
I won't even pay attention.
He got close to that.
I have you on a 32-inch screen. You guys take me off these big screens. Gross. I don't know.
Well, if you don't do anything gross, it's not gross, right? Oh, we got a 59. Farm Dog? Again?
Farm Dog? No. Did he get another one?
He was the second number on here at 59. Farm Dog.
I guess I to expect for Christmas. I guess. Oh, well, OC might get 1 too. He might get 101.
You need to let Farm Dog pick your Powerball numbers.
Yeah,
Farm Dog.
Rigged, Amy.
For me, it's either Craig or now it's Farm Dog. Like I think Craig gets.
Oh, Craig, yes, he does.
I want to say Craig gets like 30% of all my gauze, but he'll give some of them away.
He's deserving because he does a lot of.
He does. He helps
a lot of modding and great work. So, and
one of these days, Nick, we may have to do a channel round or something fun like that. MK Bars is down here by me. They do Stormy's channel rounds and Spectacular's channel rounds. They're only like an hour and like 10 minutes away or so. We may have to do a coin talk channel round maybe one of these days. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
And I know Tiger Stacker had one done too. I don't know who did his, but those are in his wife's Dog World and You are very sharp, very nice.
Yes, I think Tiger
Check
needs
around.
to do a
And I
silver
think
dog.
Steve,
I want to
you
see a
talked
silver
about
dog
that as
come
well, right?
out of a
Do
poor
what?
tiger. That'd be cool.
You had talked about doing a channel round as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I got to thinking, if I could just get some quarter size silver planchets, then I could use my Hampton handcrafted leather stamp.
What?
And that's what I stamp
Get that
all
thing
my
up and
leather
stamp
goods
it.
that I make. I stamp them with that on like a wallet that goes inside, or a holster on the back side. That's a leather stamp.
Steve can do anything. He does leather work, belts. I mean,
boy.
you name it. He does everything.
So Tiger, what I was saying is, I think it would be fun to do a dog world in a dog world, or just a dog pour as well as a tiger pour would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I think I've shown you their channel rounds, haven't I?
I don't know. Let's see them.
Let me see if I can get let me take me off just for a second until I'm ready. Okay. Let's see which one this is. Yeah, this is the dog
She's
world.
like self-conscious. She's trying to check and see if she's going to be big when she looks at the screen.
That's cool.
You can't see. Oh.
You can see it. You just can't get the total detail unless you're on the 75-inch
Look.
screen. Then someone can see it. Yep, there's the dog.
There.
Yep, there you go. Dog world.
You know that's round, Nick. You could do an eye roll with that. You could just kind of eye roll that.
There you go.
You go.
It's just really well done. Let me show you Tiger's.
What does FS mean?
I don't know. Fine.
Are you
FS.
sure? I don't know. What's FS?
Fine. I don't know.
Fine silver.
Fabulous Steve. I can think of some
Tiger, we're
other
trying
ones.
to get an eye roll. We're
Fine
trying to get an eye roll here. All right. I still can't get Steve to do an eye roll. He may not have rolly eyes. That might be the problem.
There. Can you see?
Yes. There you
And-
go.
But I mean, in person, they're just gorgeous. I mean, they're very pretty. And it says Tiger Stacker in there. I mean, the detail is amazing. It's amazing.
All right, there we go.
I can't the eye rolls, I can't do it on, I can't
It's
do it on.
spontaneous.
Yeah,
There was a lady that worked at Kroger, and eye rolls for her were like a tick. I mean, you could literally, she worked in produce. You could watch her stacking cucumbers or limes or whatever, and she'd be there by herself and just rolling her eyes. And I mean, it used to irritate me so much
Who's she
because
rolling?
I just cannot stand to see somebody roll their eyes. But she would literally be stacking fruit or vegetables and rolling her eyes.
And you don't know who she was talking to or who she was rolling them
She
at.
wasn't talking to anybody. She was just rolling her eyes. I mean, just.
And I think Tiger Stacker too, he was having a premiere tonight. I think he was.
Oh yeah, Tiger had a video that came out.
Oh, did it?
He premiered it when our thing started. So some of you probably didn't see it.
So yes, please go by and see his. And Steve, when are we going to expect some videos from you?
Very soon.
Very soon. So do we know what to expect?
My first video, you know, I'm not that guy that's all about me. I don't want it to be all about me. So my first video is going to be the top 5 favorite YouTube channels that I watch daily.
Oh,
or
okay. That'll be interesting
when they come out. So and I promise you that there won't be any eye rolls in that either. So.
Well, I didn't know you didn't like eye rolls because I do that a lot. But Steve does know too by the tone of even my text messages if I'm eye rolling or what I'm doing. He knows. He knows.
Well, you know,
he can read in a message if I'm eye rolling.
I'm trying to work on an eye roll right now. I got an idea. I'm going to see if it's going to work real quick.
Hi, Daydreamer. Yes, we're about to sign off here.
Okay, let me see if I can get an eye roll to work real quick.
No.
Okay.
Okay, from you, because I was going to say I can't do it.
Okay, this is an eye roll. I just have to
Oh, so Tiger, you're going to try pouring your own.
Let's see if I can get this to work.
I'm more of a smirk. Yep.
Okay, Nick, stay right there for a second.
Okay.
Just a second. Don't move. Oh, let's see if I can get this to work.
Hi and bye then.
All right, guys, this isn't going to totally work, but let's see if we get an eye roll out of this.
No, you could take me off now. I'm getting
Okay,
cold.
we're going to do. All right, Nick. Who's this?
Me and Princess Leia.
No eye roll?
No, because you're trying to get me to do one. It just doesn't happen that way.
All right.
Hey, you're not going to get an eye roll because she hasn't even seal clapped tonight.
Oh yeah, I haven't. Yeah.
There she went. Look at it.
Well, that's easy because that's just something I know.
We're going to have to work on that. We're going to have to figure out how to get to 6% eye rolls.
And what is in the Picasso? No muse. Yeah, no eye rolls tonight. I'm sorry. I'm not annoyed.
All right. Well, we probably should call it a night. It's probably pretty late for you, Nick.
Yes, and it's getting cold down here too. So thank you, Steve, and I appreciate you
Steve, it
showing
was
us.
great having you back.
Well,
Yes.
Thank y'all so much for allowing me because I really enjoy this and, educating people on the techniques that I use. And, I hope it works for somebody. I hope somebody can take it and use it as to help themselves.
Tiger just sent me a message. And that would have gotten an eye roll. There's a spider on the ceiling. But no, I'm not. He sent me the Ivana or Ivanka, what's her name? Melania.
He sent you that coin picture?
Yeah.
Tiger.
Yeah. But no, I appreciate it, Steve, because I think that any tips that we can learn from each other and where to look, because I think there are going to be deals for us to be had, but sometimes they're not as easy to come by as we would like. So it's nice to know where to go look and what questions to ask. So I find it very helpful. So
I do too. Like I have been debating on going to pawn shops.
Too.
And this now has got me thinking because I live right next to one of the biggest military bases in the country. And we do have a few pawn shops around, and I just have avoided them because they are a little bit sketch. And, I've kind of gone away from that. But quick thing for Nick here. Shorts do not count for monetization. You have to get 1 million views. It takes forever to get 1 million views. So if you want to help her hit that 500 hours in so she can start making some money off the channel and help support, what she's doing with some of the stuff, you've got to watch live streams and any videos that she has. And she doesn't have a lot of videos. You're going to be watching softball and like rivers and stuff. But if you go over to the live streams, you can watch the live streams. So Nick, one thing we need to have you do is create a playlist and put all your live streams in there and someone can just let it roll.
And we've got some good series coming up too that we're going to be starting. And this got us on the, got us on the ball and we're going to be starting to find good deals and talking about other ways to purchase gold and silver and to build a stack inexpensively and to get started if you haven't gotten started. And I just think it's nice to share the information because, and I do encourage, if you're going to find great deals, go to the auctions and support the community. But if I can't find the deals here, I'm going to go elsewhere. And that's just being honest.
Tiger's trying to eye roll me now.
He's oh my goodness. And yeah, we might do the hair thing too. We might have to do another contest. So I need to pass the baton on to somebody else. So
I think that'll be great.
Yeah, so I appreciate it, Steve, and thank you for sharing your treasures. And so I do want to have you back for when you do find more, because I know you will find more. And then and explain to us next time too how you flipped them so quickly, because a lot of these you did flip, and you made some good money.
Yeah.
So, but I guess it's knowing, get your information together before you even go in. Know a little bit, be educated, have your books with you, have your phone with you, and all the materials.
And when you go in, make them pay attention to you because of how you dress or carrying a briefcase or whatever. The guy that thought I was selling or giving away religious material, when I first walked in, I got his attention, whether it was the attention I was looking for or not, but I turned it into what I wanted it to be.
Right.
So, if you go in and when we go out and do this, I dress nice. I'm not wearing a tux, of course, but
not that day.
but I'm not wearing my blue jeans with holes in them, and
but you're going in there. You're going in there to do business, and
right.
you're
And that's the way I approach it. I'm there to do business, and I want them to pay attention to me because I am a potential buyer when I walk in the door.
Right. So and you even, I don't even know if we mentioned that, you take a business card with you as well to hand out business cards, and that one, and for us too, just to have business cards if we're wanting to sell, and even if we're not a business, just to have our information on there.
I take this in there. It has my scale. It has my diamond tester. It has my loop. It has my books. It has a notepad, calculator. Because sometimes you go into a place and the guys can't do math, and without a calculator, and I generally try to do it in my head or on a notepad. But if they want to use my calculator, they can.
Right. And so server too, that all goes into something too that I think they're going to probably do next week, is etiquette. When you go into a coin store or a pawn shop, it's the type of etiquette that in how you should conduct yourself, how much time you think you should spend in there. And because you've had experiences, surfer, where people are not.
I just witnessed something on Thursday at Tim's that made my jaw drop, and I couldn't believe it.
And I was quite shocked to hear it myself. I thought it was very rude, and I think it was very in distaste, big time. It was. I don't know.
Let me tell you something that you'll encounter in pawn shops too, is a lot and not just pawn shops, but some antique stores is being ignored. But when you're a repeat customer and you go in and you spend enough money that they consider it significant, then it gets their attention when you go back in.
Yeah,
that's how I got the foreign coins that I bought this past weekend. The lady said, every time you come in here and you leave, I want to tell you about these coins. And she said, I finally remembered it while you were in the store today. And I don't know, have you heard about this, Surfer? I bought over 1,200 foreign coins from over 100 different countries.
Got a great price on them as well.
And I mean, I flipped them, because I'm not interested in foreign coins. But
I'm not either. But
there's silver in there, and I'm not so sure there's not some gold in there. But it was 33 ring binders of foreign coins, and
so I think real quick, I think we had a picture of that.
There's a lot of coins.
Here's just one of the pictures to show you guys. If this was the right one.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was one of three.
We know you, Tiger.
And then we had this other one real fast. And then I need to probably call it a night here in a minute, but
yeah, I will sign off. But
this one right here is the last one.
Yeah, that's all three of them stacked together.
And you had those sold pretty much before you walked out of the store and purchased them yourself.
Yeah. I had those sold before I bought them.
Yeah. And I'm not, of course, we're not advocating people go flip everything they have either, but gold and silver, you need to have some type of exit strategy. If you have to, you should kind of, be starting to think about that. So I like to hear all these tips from Steve, because there are at times that I want to flip something so I can purchase something else.
And I said earlier, when I buy numismatics, it's because I know I can flip it.
Yeah.
And I can use that money to put back into bullion.
Right. Yes.
So, and that's just what I do.
And you do it very well. Very well. So
you've got a biased opinion, but it's okay.
Well, no, it's the facts, because he's good at what he does.
I'm just an old country boy.
Well, Steve, again, thank you. And thank you to
Thank
everybody in the
y'all.
chat. And we know, Tiger, we tease you too. So thank you. And Steve,
Thanks,
stay for a second, if you don't mind. And hi, iReview. We'll talk to you guys soon. Next week, or we're coming on next Tuesday, right? So if we're not Saturday.
Yeah,
Okay, so
next Tuesday. Yep.
Okay. Bye.
Peace out, everybody.
See y'all.